Like another card that I feel like, I remember for the longest time, people wanted Sejuani nerfed. Whoops. People wanted Sejuani nerfed. I remember that was talked about for a long time. People were like, Sejuani's too crazy, she's too much. And I was back when Misfortune and Sejuani, tempo was played quite a bit, and Ashe Sejuani was played quite a bit. People wanted Sejuani nerfed, where I have always been of the opinion that Sejuani is the ideal champion. She's strong, she has a solid front end and solid back end, you know, for her front and the flip. I feel like this is how a lot of champions in this game should be. I feel the same way about Twisted Fate. He's never really had like a cry for a nerf, but dang, he's a strong card. Like, he's a S tier champion, really, really strong. But I feel like he's ideal because you have to, when you play him, you make a really big decision of what card you're choosing, and then whether to attack with him or not. Those are two pretty big decisions, and especially the cards. The difference between a red card and a blue card can definitely be game deciding. So like, to me, he's really healthy in that regards because it's a decision, like, you know, a strong decision to be made. Strong, but not polarizing. That's something that you could make the argument with Lee Sin, though, is that he goes up and down in strength, but it's kind of meta-dependent, but he is a bit polarizing. That's how I'd say I feel about those. Fiora, I feel like she's not necessarily the strongest champion, but I feel like she's incredibly polarizing, and that's why I hate her. Not because I think she's too strong, I just think she's very polarizing, and I hate that. I hate polarization. I feel less bad about things being strong, but polarization's what's annoying. Like, Soraka Tom together, not that, like, it's strong, but not that strong, but it's very polarizing. Draven's strong, but he's not polarizing at all. Whether you're aggressive or you're a controller or whatever, you have a way to deal with him. Even if it's chump blocking, but I feel like Zoe's in that strong, but I don't really consider her polarizing. Some decks don't have great ways to deal with her, but if they aren't dealing with her, they're usually beating down the deck she's in. What are other good examples? Vlad, not strong, not polarizing, Pepe hands. Yeah, I think those are pretty good examples overall. Misfortune, I feel like she's very strong. I don't really consider her polarizing though. I know some people want her to be nerfed too, but I feel like she's strong, but she enables so many archetypes and stuff besides just scouts. Even she enables aggro, really. She's kind of important to be where she is, so I don't think she should be touched. Karma, not very strong, not usually too polarizing. She can be. It's a bit funny with the pack your bags nerf that she can still play one mana pack your bags. You just have to play it on the last go hard when she's leveled up, and you get to play pack your bags for 1 mana. Y'all thought about that? I'm sure you have. I'm sure you all have already. I don't really plan to do that though. Hello, Mulligan. Umber said that we won't get an Umber skin for Aphelios on LoR. Disgusting. How could they let down everyone? Also, GP, pretty strong. Not polarizing whatsoever. It's like one of the least polarizing cards, I feel like. It's relatively strong. Kalista, very strong, not polarizing. Karma's still insane, I don't care what anyone says. She definitely can be. I was really annoyed when she was insane. I hated it when, like, she was being played pretty frequently, you know, like Karma Ezreal and stuff for a bit. I wasn't a fan, but I feel like she's in an okay spot right now. Like, before, she annoyed me, but I feel fine playing against her now. Probably because I don't see her that much. Oh, also Swain, another good example. Strong, not polarizing. The only can make an argument against like things that don't have fearsome blockers, but those are usually, you know, annoying freaking heal combo decks anyway, so they can just suck it. But I love Swain's design. general thoughts on that? Do you think Braum as a 1-4 would be strong, not polarizing? It's hard to say. Aggro has more tools of dealing with 4 health than 5 health. You know, like, all of a sudden he can't block Draven anymore. I don't know, that one's pretty hard. I feel like a 1-4 is much worse than a 1-5. Like, a lot worse. Significantly worse. Where you're gonna get punished for playing him more often. It'd be interesting. I feel like he could probably be fine at a 1-4. But you do have to worry about him making aggro even less viable. What is it worse than 0-5? Probably not. 0-5 is pretty freaking bad. I think a 1-4 would be a lot more viable because, you know, there's at least things that you can pull, you know, 2-1s and stuff. Like a house spider that or not house. Yeah, I guess a mini house spider or precious pet or something. You know, there's other options there at least, but I don't think he would be good still. I knew 1-5 Braum would be insane, but it was even more insane than I expected when he was. I knew 0-5 Braum with making the Poro that was going to be really bad. Precipic, I remember Precipic still thought he was going to be very good. I was like, heck no. I was like, you literally have Trifarian Glory Seeker kills this now. A 2-mana 5-1 now kills Braum for free. And then he was like, oh. That was back when Ashe in Sejuani was really popular. What champion just sucks? Because I dislike them or because they're really bad? Taric is like really, really freaking bad, in my opinion. He might even be the worst champion. I've played Taric so many times too, he just sucks so bad. Yeah, it might be Taric. Like, Taric is just so bad. Looking at these other ones, I think Katarina's pretty up there, pretty bad, but she can at least do okay in Katarina Yasuo. Taric just sucks with everything, even with a very strong card like Draven, he just still sucks. Opinion of Lulu, I think her stat line's too small for a 3-mana. Because, most 2-drops can not favorably trade, but have a regular trade into Lulu, and you have to attack with her to really get value. There's a chance that you could play it later in the game, but then the stat line of 4-4 doesn't matter as much. Like, even if you made Lulu to a 3-3, that'd make her quite a bit better, but she still wouldn't be good. I think as a 2-4, a lot more playable, but I still don't think she's that good. But a 2-4 would be a lot better. Anything that has to attack to get value either needs to be an elusive 1-drop, you know, or needs to have like a really strong stat line. So like, you look at some of the weakest champs in the game, you have Lulu, you have Taric, I would argue that Vlad's up there. Swain, you might be like, oh, he needs to, you know, attack the Nexus to get value, but he doesn't because of his passive when he levels up. Whenever you do damage to the Nexus, then you stun something. That's incredibly strong. The Nexus Strike is just a bonus at that point. Misfortune doesn't technically have to attack. What else really has to attack to get value? I guess Chandelmere kinda does, but you can throw an Atrocity on him and you're pretty okay. Vi technically has to attack to get value, kinda sucks. She was insane for a bit though when she was a 2-5. What other things? I would say that Diana and Nocturne more of an exception, as they're like things lower on the curve that have to attack to get value. Not as much of an issue because you're okay with losing a 2-drop. But the higher up on the curve you go, the worse it is. Anivia, she's not very good either, but she's better than the others at least. Because even though she has to attack to get value, when she dies, she gets another chance. So her low stat line, you know, could kind of help with that. Lee Sin's also an exception too, but he just has so much enabled between the challenger and the barrier. And yeah, the things that don't die, I should even clarify that. Attack to get value and can easily die. Because like Lee Sin attacks to get value, but he doesn't die. Anivia doesn't really die. Vladimir does okay on that regards. Tarek just dies. this champion just dies when he attacks. Shyvana, not very good. You don't have to attack to get value, but it definitely helps you level her up. Actually, you do for getting the strafing straight. For her, you do have to attack to get value. Shin, another exception at this point. For a little bit, he wasn't really playable because he had to attack to get the support. But with the amount of supports we have now from barriers and such, he gets a lot better with that. Soraka. Oh, outside of Tahm Kench, she really sucks, but within Tahm Kench, pretty okay in that regards. But she can also get value by not attacking. If she's leveled up and you heal something, you get to draw a card. Having a card drawer like that can just sit at a 1-6, or a 2-7 I should say, pretty freaking good. She doesn't have to attack to get value, although she prefers to attack to get value. So yes, just okay. Yeah, he doesn't have to attack to get value. He just doesn't have the support he really needs. Like, he just needs more going on. The quick attack certainly helps, but he just... You know what? Like, he also needs, like, his Leviathan, you know, that doesn't require a Swain. Like, Yasuo needs something else to end the game besides just stunning things and attacking, you know? He doesn't really have, you know, a Riptide Rex or a Leviathan or a direct way to really deal damage. Diana sucks. No, Diana's very good. Diana's really good. She's being played a lot. Diana Leona. I think she actually won in the tournament too this last weekend. Diana's very good. She looks like she would suck, and to an extent, we pretty much all thought that when she was revealed, but she's not that bad. Hey, ganked. Yeah, I was gonna say, Diana's like, she's really good.